Okay, yeah, so I was correct. Your sun is in the 12th house and your moon is in the 6th house. Okay. So yeah, that's what the sun is. It signifies, what you're vital, what's being the most vitalized. So essentially, in the birth chart, um, well, rather I should say, yeah, no, I'm just gonna say in the birth chart, the sun signifies power thoughts, and those thoughts dealing with significance, self worth, self value, that type of energy. So in your mind, right, thoughts that deal with self esteem, self significance, like the self image, how one sees oneself, these are all energies that deal with the sun. You feel me? And so with you having your sun in Cancer, the way that you see yourself, right, um it's not out of family. What I'm trying to say is, like, your perception of yourself, your identity, you feel me? But also the things that you act on. But right now, let's just talk about your perception and your identity. These are all things that are filtered through the Cancer energy, right? So what this means is that, um a lot of the times, it's like what you identify with, it may be more like emotions and moods that are coming and passing. So I feel like the thing with the Cancer energy is, um it is a very changeable energy, you feel me? Because what the heck? Yeah, it is a very changeable energy, simply because Cancer, it rules moods, it's the sign of moods, and Cancer's um ruling planet, the moon, right? The moon has her many phases that she goes through, right? She waxes and then she wanes, and so thus Cancer tends to be very changeable, you feel me? Very changeable, adaptable, yeah, changeable and adaptable. So with that being said, it gives this type of flow. And of course, it's a water sign, but like it gives this type of feng shui type energy where it's like Cancers have the ability to go with the flow, and feel the vibe out and everything like that. Um, but for the most part, with this Cancerian energy, because Cancer, it is it's the first water sign. You feel me? Scorpio is the second water sign, and Pisces is the last water sign. But with Cancer being the first water sign, the way that this plays out essentially is that, Cancer is associated with all, the things that have to do with, like the original archetype of the water element. You feel me? So what I mean by this is, Cancer is not externalized emotion like Pisces or Scorpio can be, but Cancer is internalized personal emotion. You feel me? So yeah, that's the first thing. And so what that means is Cancers tend to keep to themselves. This is why it's also very shy type of energy, right? Shy, very, yeah, they like to keep to themselves, and they're very family orientated, and they like what is familiar. You feel me? They, for the most part, yeah, they, because Cancer is very concerned with safety. You feel me? And like Capricorn is ruled by the planet that deals with safety and fear. So it's like you're a person who's very concerned with, safety, being safe, being stable, being structured, working, having a job, like being in this world, but also like your polarity between the sun and your moon, because Capricorn is the opposite of the Cancer, and Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn, and like you have Cancer and Capricorn in your chart, and some heavy planets, the moon and the sun, so they're playing polarity with each other. And so this what how this manifests, as it sounds, polarity, causes restriction, which causes pain and struggling and conflict. So from that perspective, like the Cancer and Capricorn opposition, it creates a polarization internal to you, where one part of you wants to go this way, but then another part of you wants to go that way, and so there can be like a tug of war, unless you're in you know states, I guess we will say, of being where you're able to like harmonize both your internal and external realities, um, but rather I should say harmonize your actions versus your emotions, right? Because like the moon is how you feel about what's going on. Meanwhile, the sun is what you do about what's going on, and it's like a lot of the times you may feel a type of way, but then the things that you do are on a completely whole other side of the, of the spectrum, I guess. So that's like the Capricorn Cancer opposition. It's like you're inclined towards clinging on to like what is comfortable and what is safe and what is familiar, and those are the things that you desire to bring your attention to. Cancer, that energy can be very irrational, right? It can be very driven by the emotions. So those are the things that you would rather associate with, just allowing yourself the emotions and getting into the emotions. um More so, not even the emotions, but more so like familiarity, I guess. um like with this energy here, there is most definitely some sort of like background, right? Dealing with the upbringing, the childhood, and the mother that left you scarred, and like um certain traumas, right, that deal with the family, that and I feel like that's where the polarity is. Like, one aspect is like, nah, fuck that, like this world is cold, and you gotta go and get this money, and like get the status and be successful. But then like the other aspect is like, I know you just want to be like held and cared for and loved and nurtured, like, you feel me? Because the Cancer energy, it's all about that, you feel me? It's all about like the nurture, being nurtured and caring. So it's like Cancer wants to be nurtured and to be held and feel like it can be vulnerable, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like the thing about the Capricorn energy is it's not that. My bad, I kind of lost my train of thought. I forgot where I was trying to go with that. But anyways, I remember. But it's like Cancer is ruled, right, by the moon. And so what happens with this rulership is it's like your sun is tuned to the frequency of the moon, you feel me? So it's like your expressions, what you identify with, are very moon like, meaning they're very maternal, you feel me? They associate with like the feminine energy, being caring and loving and understanding and things like that. But then it's like with moon being in Capricorn, and like the moon being that aspect of you that's like vulnerable, you feel what I'm saying? And Capricorn being like, it's a disrespectful energy, to be honest. I say that, but I think it'd be better worded if I said it's not an easy, like, soft energy, but it's hard. It's harsh, it's cold, it's selfish, and everything like that. And so what happens is it's like that aspect of like, having a desire to be like loved for, just for being who you are, is kind of thrown out the window. It's like certain children, right? Like, have this yearning to like just be loved by their family and their parents, not because of what they're doing or who they are, but just because they're their child. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like Cancer energy. But then like the Capricorn energy is all like, nah, you have to understand that this world is fucked up and cold. So like that's where the polarity is, like this one aspect of you that desires family, but then there's other aspect of you that has been destroyed because of selfishness or because of a person's lack of compassion and caring. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like the Saturn and like the moon opposition. But anyways, let's jump into like your ascendant. So your ascendant is in Leo. With your ascendant being in Leo, it's an indication that you are an optimist about all of this. You feel me? Because Leo is a very cheerful sign. It's more upbeat. It's more positive. You know, being a masculine sign, also it's more cheerful. You know, it's more loving. So Leo rules the heart chakra. My bad, not the heart chakra, but Leo in the body rules the heart organ. And of course, that is associated with the heart chakra, right? Why not? And so, because Leo rules the heart center, right? They're very compassionate. They're very caring. You know, they're very yeah, considerate. You know, they have this energy about them that's very that can be selfless. You feel me? Like Libra, my bad, not Libra. The Leo energy is prideful. You feel me? It is all about like expressing what you can do, expressing like your gifts and talents and abilities, and then receiving attention and you know, like things like that for it. Like that's very much Leo energy. But ultimately, Leo, it's a very leader orientated energy. You feel me? Leo is ruled by the sun, and so Leos are natural leaders, and typically they are um, asked to go on a hero's mission, for lack of a better term. You know, and this is like Neo energy, right? And like Neo means one, right? And so, like, you know, it's funny because the Leo symbol, right? It looks like a little sperm, right? And so, like, the sperm is on a mission to some say to infiltrate the egg, but others say to be chosen by the egg. You feel what I'm saying? But like that, I would very much say like that's that Leo energy, like this need and this hopefulness to be willing to go on a selfless I want to say to go on a selfless journey to assist and help others, but it's more like this because with the sun and the moon opposing each other, it's an indication that your work is mostly dealing with your internal, you feel me? And there is a need for you to bring both aspects of you which are in opposition in this lifetime together. So what I mean is like your sun, right, is in the opposite sign, and your moon is in opposite sign. So your job in this lifetime is to put them and bring them to the same page, you feel me? Because when planets are opposite to one another and they haven't been like refined or conditioned to work together, then they work as chaos, you feel me? And they manifest as hardship and struggle and X, Y, and Z, and like not being able to have certain things in life, you feel me? Like that's when the planets are opposites. But then you have to learn how to unify them. And so the Leo energy, it deals with the identity, the me, the I am, you feel me? So with you having the ascendant in Leo, it's an indication that the more you can get into your identity, learning who you are. Like this, for example, is great astrology, right? Because it helps you break down and become aware of like your aspects and yourself, right? Like this is a good example. But furthermore, getting into like visualization, because the fire signs, they deal with visions, right? So imagination, being able to see things in your mind's eye, that's all fire signs. So with your personal life being in the Leo energy, it's like the more you can be Leo like, the better your life, personal life will improve, you feel me? So the more you can put into play Leo attributes and characteristics, like you know, being an optimist, being optimistic, being creative, being expressive, not being afraid to receive attention, you know, and having something to show the world. You feel what I'm saying? Having something to show the world that the world can look at and be like, wow, that's beautiful. Like the more you can can do those things, the more like for lack of a better word, the more prosperity will come into like your personal life. You feel what I'm saying? And we can dive deeper into this. To be honest, we can go so much deeper. But your reading has pretty much concluded. I talk about the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, but it's like I'm saying, there's so many layers to it, and like this right here can really benefit you if you're a person who's ready for like shadow work. You feel what I'm saying? And like you want to expand and improve yourself. Then I congratulate you for getting this donation based service, because you're definitely on the right steps. I would definitely love to do a fuller reading for you and break down your whole birth chart, as I'm aware of how beneficial and valuable and how much insight and information you can receive from that. So if you're interested in getting a fuller reading, definitely let me know. And so the readings, the full breakdown, it is $90. And so what I will do for you is, I'll take $10 off, right? Because you already sent me $10 as the donation. And so instead of paying, $90, you can pay like 80. That's of course if you're interested and would like to go into the fuller reading, which I would definitely recommend, because it can definitely help you. It will help you, and I'm pretty sure it already has helped you, because this reading is an extension. But anyways, peace. Thank you.